Welcome back, riders, to another week in the passenger seat. Welcome. All
Hey,
right. We hope that the Halloween season, the Spooktober, is coming in pretty good for y'all. We have Halloween coming up this week, so you can guess when we're recording. And yeah, we hope you have a wonderful Hallows Eve for those of you who, celebrate it. There's some of you who don't. That's fine. But yeah, get your party on, get your, costumes. And yeah,
don't trust everybody with candy.
No, I think people stopped trusting people with candy a long time ago.
Go to a mall.
Jeez, man, takes me back. Anyways, drop down in the comments. Your best Halloween experience. If you're old like us, then you were probably living in an age where Halloween was still a thing, and you'd go out around your neighborhood and you'd go trick-or-treating, and there were some houses that would give you like the full candy bars, and then some stingy people who would give you like a nickel.
But they turn the lights off. You're like, oh, I saw you. You mother.
Anyways, with that being said, let's hop into the nerd news. Before we do, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We always appreciate y'all, and hopefully you enjoy what we're talking about today. We sort of bring the same sort of stuff, talking about TCGs, gaming, movies, TV shows in general, just pop culture stuff, nerd culture stuff. And if you're into that, just make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow along for the ride. We really appreciate it. With that being said, if you don't mind, I'll go ahead and start off. And as always, got to talk about those TCGs. In particular, obviously, I always like to talk about Magic and Magic the Gathering. And for those of you out there, you could probably surmise when we're recording this, because tomorrow, Monday, October 27th, is when we will be getting the Secret Lair drop for the PlayStation cards. I don't know the exact.
I forgot about those.
Yeah, I don't know if it was it's called PlayStation or State of Play or whatever they called it. If anyone can correct me in the comments, I'd appreciate that. Obviously, we're getting cards like Joel and Ellie from The Last of Us. We're getting Kratos. We're getting this chick from Horizon. I forgot her name.
Yeah, none of the classics.
none of the OGs, unfortunately. Obviously, by Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, your favorite, which is Jack and Daxter.
Sad.
Spyro, Banjo. Stuff from our time.
Yeah. Can you believe
so
that stuff is actually considered retro games now?
Yeah, we're old.
That's sad.
We're old. It's terrible. Can't you tell by the back pain?
Yeah. Oh my god.
That being said, writers, if you're into Magic, if you're trying to get your hands on some cool stuff, hopefully this Secret Lair drop is more fortunate to you than some of the previous ones, because I know for a fact that the last Secret Lair drop was absolutely atrocious in the sense of trying to get into trying to get purchases at all, getting in that line, waiting for 2 hours, and then halfway through just getting heartbroken with the messages saying that all the stuff has been sold out. So hopefully, I wish you luck if you do go on that endeavor. I'm going to try. There's a couple of things that I saw that I was kind of interested in, probably Kratos. And I think there was something with Ghost of Tsushima that looked pretty interesting.
Nice.
So I'll try, but I'm not too what's the word? I'm not going to keep my hopes up. Let's just put it that way. Now, rolling on into Pokemon Pocket TCG, they recently announced a new booster pack for those of you who play, and it is called Mega Rising. I believe these have 3 different booster packs, and they're going to feature Mega Evolution. So that's pretty exciting, for those of you who play. I'm still trying to get done with that last pack that they did, the EX Deluxe, whatever. I managed to get one full art Professor Oak. I'm still trying to get the other one, and another shiny Giratina. But yeah, that's my that's my TCG stuff. I'm keeping it pretty short. You go ahead. You have the floor, my guy.
Okay, well, I have pieces of nerd news here. Just random, sporadic kind of the stuff. First piece of nerd news is for video game fans. As most of you have probably, the Halo fans have probably caught on, they're making a remake of Halo Campaign Evolved. It's releasing in 2026 for the Xbox Series, Xbox, and on PC and Steam. And for the first time ever, Halo will be released on PlayStation 5. Halo is lending themselves to the PlayStation. Obviously, it blew a lot of fans' minds, and especially the people who were never Xbox fans, I guess you would say. They finally get a chance to just play Halo on the thing they love, which is the PlayStation. So, obviously, best marketing thing they can do. Like, might as well make more bang for your buck by releasing it in all the systems, except for the Nintendo, obviously.
Right. I agree. I feel like that's the natural way to sort of branch out into stuff. It's the logical step to take in this consumerist market. And yeah, it's exciting now that you say it. I personally was always a PlayStation fanboy. So I never really, the only times I got to play Halo were like if I was over a friend's house and they had an Xbox and we got to play. Of course, it was extremely fun. I'm never taking that away. There were games on the Xbox which were so fun. But yeah, they were, never enough, and I was never in a financial position to get an Xbox anyway. Or not. Sorry, not to have multiple consoles because my parents, growing up, they get me like a console maybe 5 or 6 years after release, or maybe if I'd gotten like some spending money from like a birthday or something, then I was able to afford it. But it was always like 5 or 6 years after. I remember for the PlayStation 3, it was about 5 or 6 years after release where I actually got one.
I mean, hell, I didn't get a PS4 until you were there with me too when I finally got a PS4 in Washington.
It was so exciting. And now you've upgraded to PS5. Look at that.
From last year.
Yeah, you see?
I'm slow, guys. I'm slow. Which is awesome. That's good news. The other piece of news I have for this is great because it's Halloween week, and why not Halloween week with one of my favorite franchises for Halloween. All right, so for my Halloween fans from the last couple movies that got released, there was a bit of an issue with Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. There was a gap that a lot of people kind of really didn't get. Like, they were like, wait, what's up with the jump? And didn't really understand. So for you fans out there, there are actual fans who are making a 2-hour length film called Halloween Aftermath that is in between those two Hollywood-style movies. It will get released on Shudder, I believe. I don't know how they have rights. I haven't read into it much. Maybe there's an agreement there. Maybe it's just because it's a fan film, they can just do it. Maybe they'll release it on YouTube. Who knows? But it is going to be 2 hours long. They're putting a lot of money and effort into this. Their own money and effort from, I believe, maybe a Kickstarter. But yeah, for you guys out there who are a little confused, these fans were just as confused, so they're filling in the blanks for you. Which is kind of cool.
Cool beans. Yeah, cool beans. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I love it when fans like they're like, oh, we're just gonna, because sometimes fan stuff is so much better.
Yeah.
Like some fan stuff I can be like, that was amazing. Like the Street Fighter one you showed me.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like fans, especially diehard fans, take it to a next level. And they understand what fans want. So that's, it's good, Obviously, you said that you don't know how they got the rights to that. If any of you know the reason, if you could comment it down below, we'd appreciate it. But it's great that they gave them the space to go ahead and do that. So that's really exciting. Now, I don't know if you had anything else, but I kind of wanted to like piggyback on the fact that you were talking about films and mention something that I don't know if you were going to mention, but the fact that Stranger Things. Big announcement there. We got that the final episode of the last season is actually going to be in cinemas.
Oh,
so
what, like 2 hours, 3 hours long?
It's about 2 hours, 2-ish hours, I believe. But I mean, most of the episodes are about like almost an hour and a half to 2 hours long anyway.
That's true.
So,
dang, the final season. It's been years now, actually. Man, it's kind of crazy.
It has.
Like,
It's crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah,
Did you have anything?
Oh, my last pieces of news are anime news. This isn't so much a news as in like, just like it is news, but not like surprising news. Everyone already knows this. Chainsaw Man the movie has grossed over 108 million worldwide, surpassing Demon Slayer with almost 100% on Rotten Tomatoes from reviews for its animation, its action, its storytelling, and the cinematic beauty, I guess, which is mind-blowing. This is an opening for a lot of weebs or people like us, where animes actually make grossing a lot of money in cinema, like more than just real life films. This is like unheard of from the past. Like it used to be what's that Studio Ghibli film, Spirited Away, and then Demon Slayer Mugen Train beat it, and then the next Demon Slayer movie beat it, and now Chainsaw Man beat Demon Slayer. So I feel like it's not going to stop there. With this type of money and gross and views, I feel like more animes are going to start jumping on this trend to see if they can gross that same amount as well. But congratulations for the Chainsaw Man fans.
Yes, I agree. I actually went to see it.
Ooh, nice.
When it came out here on last Thursday. Obviously for us, it comes out one day earlier than out in the States, so that was pretty exciting.
Did it deserve that almost 100%?
We'll talk about that. It was actually one of my topics. I wrote it on my whiteboard. Before...
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
One piece of learned news left, and before we get into just like talking in general, and this one I'm probably going to talk a little bit in general, but it's about One Punch Man Season 3. It's only exclusively on Hulu, by the way. Nowhere else. You can't watch it on Crunchyroll, nowhere, just Hulu. There's 3 episodes out right now, and I have to agree with the fans who have been watching this. I don't know what happened. Maybe there was a legal battle with the old animation studio, but this new animation studio is kind of killing the anime. The emotions are slow. Sometimes they just stay still and only their mouths move. It's kind of weak sauce, honestly. Like the animation is it's really bad. From these 3 episodes, it has not improved. And they had a fight scene, and it just didn't improve from when the first season came out, where everything looked nice and sleek and fluid. And I don't know whose fault was it, or what the animation studio thought of, or maybe they're going to save their big money for the big fights. But it has received so much hate from this new season coming out that the director and writers have closed their social media.
Wow.
And that I watched them myself. I watched all 3 episodes, and man, I gotta tell you, I get it follows the manga, but the animation style is weak, dude. It's weak. Wow,
that's a bummer.
Yeah, it really is, especially because we waited 5 years between the 3rd and the 2nd season. Like, it's kind of crazy for those 5 years to pass just for you to get this kind of lame art style.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can definitely understand it. I honestly haven't followed One Punch Man after the first season, but that's unfortunate to hear. That sucks. I agree, that sucks. Especially if you're a fan and you were, you had your expectations set high for it, and then they come in with that. For anything, that would be a bummer. So, yeah.
Well, that's all my nerd news and my critique, because I actually really was a bummer. Let me down. I'm one of those fans who waited the 5 years.
Sorry. Anyways, moving on to a couple of other things. I'm just going to mention a couple of extras here. If, obviously I like to mention my taste in music here. Dayseeker released a new album, Creature in the Dark Night. For those of you who haven't heard it, go check it out. If you're into Dayseeker, if you're into that Sleep Token vibe, or Bad Omens, etc., etc., etc. The plot is the plot on you. It's called Thorn. No, there's another one called Thorn something. I haven't really heard from them too much. Movies, I was going to talk about Chainsaw Man, that I went to go see it, and I also wanted to mention something that I saw on Netflix today, which was a movie called The House of Dynamite. Gonna talk about that briefly. Chainsaw Man, so it was really good. Like, the animation was great, the you know, choreography, the fight scenes and all that was super cool. I
Full
personally felt
disclosure, I don't want you to feel like you can't speak freely because I don't watch Chainsaw Man. I never fell into it. I watched 4 episodes and never fell in love with it.
Oh no.
So you can speak freely because I'm not going to see the movie.
No. personally, I prefer Chainsaw over Demon Slayer.
Oh, dang! You heard that, guys? Jeez.
That's all. Y'all
Let
might
us
take
know
that
in
as a
the
hot take.
comment section which one you prefer.
Y'all might take that as a hot take, but that's my true feelings there. I prefer Chainsaw over Demon Slayer any day.
Okay.
The movie there at the beginning, I mean, I get it, but the beginning was like I felt like it was very slow paced for me. But the rest of the movie was fantastic. It's gotten high reviews, so those are critics. I'm just a guy. So, yeah, honestly, the movie was fantastic. I kind of wish I would have seen it in IMAX, but that's what it is. Now, moving on to House of Dynamite. This is a movie on Netflix. It's about basically a nuclear missile gets launched to the U.S. From an unknown unknown location, basically. And it's basically the 20 minutes the US's response to that. Initially thinking that it was just what's it called when they do those tests with the missiles?
Yeah.
To it becoming like a real thing, to it becoming them trying to intercept it, to it becoming so on and so forth. This is what I will have to say about the movie. It's in acts, sort of like Weapons. I don't know if you got to see that movie. It's in acts, so it'll basically be like the first act. The second act will be like the same thing, but from a different character's perspective, and then the third act is the same thing. The first act is very, very intense. Like, it's so good. It'll like hook you in there. But and you can maybe consider this a spoiler warning if you don't want to, hear about this, and we'll put a time up here where you can skip to if you want to avoid this. But you may not want to avoid this part, and this is what I'm gonna say. If you don't want to spend an hour and a half of your life on this movie, there's no resolution. Okay, the movie is gonna blue ball you, and so if you're not into that, like I'm one of those people who don't like to get blue balled in movies. You may just want to watch the first act and just stop right there.
Dang, right that
that's what I'm gonna say about that. Now here comes the spoilers. I imagine you're not gonna watch it, so
probably not.
First of all, it's a stacked cast. I mean, it's a pretty stacked cast. We got some big mentions. Is Idris Elba is the president of the United States. And all I could think about while I was watching it was, can you imagine people going like, damn, he looks good as the president of the United States. He should be the president. And then you think about it, you're like, he's not from the US.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, hey, we had an Austrian as the governor of California, so
fair enough.
Stranger things have happened. He does really look good as the president of the United States, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, who else was in the movie? There's a couple of big ones. Let me see, because the thing is, I'm terrible with names. Like, I recognize their faces, but when it comes to names, I am so bad at that. So let me just go ahead here and see. So you have Rebecca Ferguson. Oh, obviously, Anthony Ramos is in there. We got Idris Elba. We have Greta Lee, Gabrielle Basso, Willa Fitzgerald, Jared Harris, Tracy Letts, Jason Clarke, and we got a couple other people. So yeah, very, again, first act of the movie, very intense. We see all these different characters and their point of view on it. from the first act, which is basically like the people who are in charge of like countermeasures in the military, and they send out like their counterstrike on it, and they miss. And dude, as soon as they miss, and you're like, fuck, so what are they gonna do next? And they don't have a contingency plan for that. The missile's set to hit in Chicago.
Yeah.
And with basically when the counterstrike was set to happen, there was like 7 minutes left on the clock. So once they miss it, they're like, it's hitting Chicago. Like there's nothing we can do.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing we can do is like, what are we gonna do in retaliation? And so the second point of view, I don't remember too much about it. And then the third point of view is the president and him having to like decide what his retaliation is going to be. Because he could answer by like hitting every other country with a nuclear missile and being like, yo, calm the fuck down. Like if you hit us, we're gonna neutralize all of you at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's basically the the thing that he had, the decision he had on his shoulders. So the reason why I say the movie Blue Balls you is because one, they never come to a decision. They never say what the decision is. And two, they never show when the missile hits. So it's just people going into a bunker, movie ends.
Oh, I see.
And dude, it caught me off guard because like in the last half hour of the movie, I was like, I wonder how they're gonna resolve this. And then with the last 10 minutes left and the credits start rolling, dude, I was pissed. There's a lot of people saying that specific director, I guess, has a tendency of doing stuff like that, and they like understand it or something, and there's a meaning or reasoning behind it. I don't like it. So if you followed along so far, writers, and you've watched this movie or you're a fan of the director, I'm sorry, I'm the director's name. Let us know down below if I should appreciate it a bit more. Now that being said, the final thing I have to say is a app recommendation. I'm big into mobile games. I'm always testing out new stuff. So for those of you who've gotten this far, thank you. And if you're looking to try out mobile games, if you're into that sort of space, I recommend this game that I picked up called Once Upon a Galaxy. Not a sponsor. It has been so fun. It is an auto battler, sort of draft, picking your captain and your cards. So basically you choose a captain who has an ability, and then the captain comes with a pre-built deck, and then you add 12 cards onto that to make it more custom. Like there's decks that already come pre-built, but you can also make a custom one. And what'll happen is it's not, you have 5 slots, and you'll get a choice between 3 characters, and eventually you'll get a choice of either choosing a character or choosing a spell. Your characters are going to start off as bronze, which then you can upgrade to silver and then gold. And there's different rarities to your shops. So you start at common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, and then secret rare. And so the whole point of the game is that you get 3 options, you choose one, and then you'll get a set of 3 new cards. And you have to sort of strategize at the moment while you're picking. So you're drafting these things, and you're either hoping like, okay, well, I got this guy. Will I be able to silver him or gold him, throughout this? Like, is the benefit really that good? Is it synergizing with my captain? And the game goes like really off the rails, dude. I'm telling you, some bonker shit happens every now and then in the game that just makes me fall in love with it even more, because it's so there's a word. I was watching a video about it this morning, and the person who was on that video said something about it that was so good. I just don't remember the phrase that he used. But just to give an example, I was playing a character, and and I'm sorry, you can also get treasures, which are like permanent buffs. And the treasure can say, whenever you cast a spell, give all characters +1 attack or some shit like that. So I got a treasure that said the next treasure you get, it becomes a copy of that treasure. And then I got this other thing that said, okay, when you get a treasure next time, you're going to get 2 of that. So I picked up the same treasure that copies treasures. Okay. So I had basically 3 of these treasures that would copy the next treasure I got. And the next treasure after that was a treasure that said copy your captain's ability. So I had 4 of my same guy. So I had 4 of the same buff that you should get only once. And things flew off the rails, dude. Like, you can imagine that, like, it's like saying DC, right? Like, if we're playing DC deck building, imagine you had Superman 4 times, and whenever you played a superpower, for those of you who don't know that DC deck building, you can look that up in videos. It's like having 4 Superman, and when you play a superpower, all of a sudden you get 8, like an extra 4 on your superpower. That's how ridiculously stupid it was. Anyways, the point is, this game is just so fun. It's free. You don't have to put any money into it. I love games like that you could just go in and you could just have a lot of fun without having to, like, break the bank. So if any of you are interested, writers, go ahead and check it out. Again, not a sponsor. It's just a game that I've really fallen in love with by playing it. Anyways, that's it for me. I don't know if you have anything else. Yeah. I'm really big into playing mobile games. So anyways, with that being said, writers, thank you so much for joining us today. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We always appreciate it, and it really does help out our channel. We appreciate you so much if you got into the end of this video. And yeah, let us know down in the comments how we're doing. Let us know if you want to, if there's something that we missed this week, or if there's something that you want to see us talk about. Again, we hope you have a wonderful Hallows Eve, Halloween, whatever it is that you celebrate during this time. And with that being said, hopefully you'll join us on the next one. Till then, peace out.